Hello friends, my name is Ryan, and I'm going to tell you a story named The Shadow in the Attic, Family Secrets Revealed, which is a very amazing story full of twists. So, let's start. It was a chilly evening when I first heard the whispers. I had just moved into the old family house, tucked away at the edge of town, a house that had been passed down for generations. Everyone in the town spoke of the house with a sense of mystery, as if there were something hidden within its walls. Of course, being a skeptic, I brushed off the warnings. Old houses do that to people, I thought. It's just the wind. But as night crept in and I sat alone in my new living room, the shadows seemed to grow longer, darker. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I tried to focus on the flickering flames in the fireplace, hoping the warmth would ease my nerves, but then I heard it. A soft, almost imperceptible sound, a shuffle, followed by the faintest whisper. I froze. My heart began to race, but I dismissed it again. It was probably just the house settling, I thought. That was until I heard it again, this time louder. And then, a shadow moved in the corner of my eye. I got up from the couch, cautiously walking toward the staircase. The house was eerily silent, except for the soft creak of the old wood beneath my feet. As I made my way up to the attic, I could feel my pulse quicken. The door to the attic was slightly ajar, and a cold draft poured through the gap, making my breath visible in the dim light. I hesitated. Every instinct in my body screamed at me to turn back. But something deep inside me, urged me to open that door. As I pushed it open, a rush of cold air hit me like a wall. The attic was a place I had never ventured before, and it looked just as unsettling as I had imagined. Cobwebs hung from the rafters, and boxes of old family belongings were scattered about. Yet, in the center of it all, was a single, dark shadow. It stood still, as though waiting for me. I stepped forward, my feet making a hollow sound on the creaky floorboards. The shadow shifted, and I could feel a presence there, something alive and watching. My breath caught in my throat as I reached out and brushed my hand against the cold, wooden surface of an old chest that lay in front of the shadow. As my fingers grazed the chest, a sudden chill rushed over me. The whispering returned, louder this time, as if the shadows were trying to speak to me. I stepped back, my mind racing. Was I losing my sanity, or was something truly sinister happening in this house? Then, without warning, the chest creaked open on its own. Inside, there was a stack of old letters and photographs, yellowed with age. I pulled them out one by one, each letter more cryptic than the last. But it was the last photograph that caught my attention, a picture of a family, but their faces were blurred, except for one figure. The face of a woman, her eyes wide with fear, her mouth open in what seemed to be a silent scream. I stared at the photo, feeling the weight of its mystery. There was something familiar about her, though I couldn't place it. Then, the realization hit me. The woman in the picture looked like my grandmother, someone I had never known but had heard stories about. Could this be a long-forgotten family secret? The letters seemed to hold the answers, but they were written in a strange, almost unreadable script. I hurriedly flipped through them, my eyes scanning the words. As I did, I began to piece together the truth. The woman in the photograph wasn't just a family member, she was part of something much darker. The letters spoke of a curse, one that had haunted our family for generations. A curse that began in the attic, where the shadows lurked, waiting to reveal the truth. The more I read, the more I understood. The shadow in the attic wasn't just a figment of my imagination, it was the manifestation of the curse itself, a dark entity bound to the house and its secrets. The whispers I had heard were its call, drawing me closer to uncover the truth. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed through the attic. I turned, but there was nothing there. The air grew thick, oppressive, as if the very walls were closing in on me. And then, in the corner of the attic, I saw it, the shadow, no longer just a shadow, but a figure. A woman, her face contorted in anguish, her eyes pleading. I froze. Was this the same woman from the photograph? She reached out, her hand trembling, and I could feel an overwhelming sense of dread wash over me. The air was thick with tension, and I realized that the curse was not just a family legend, it was real. I tried to run, but my legs wouldn't move. The shadow pulled me closer, and I felt myself sinking into the past, into the very moment when the curse had begun. The attic was no longer just a room in an old house, it was a portal, a gateway to the past, where family secrets were buried. The woman's voice echoed in my mind, her words clear now. She was asking for help. She had been trapped here for years, her soul bound to the house, unable to rest. But what did she need from me? Why was I the one she was calling to? With a surge of energy, I broke free from the hold of the shadow, my mind racing. I remembered the ritual from the letters. It was the only way to free her spirit and break the curse. I quickly gathered the items from the chest, the old candle, the mirror, the sacred symbol, and began the incantation. The air crackled with energy as the shadow writhed, its form shifting and warping. But as I spoke the final words, the figure of the woman dissolved into the darkness, leaving behind nothing but silence. The attic was still. The curse had been broken, but at what cost? I stood there, breathing heavily, my heart pounding. The shadow was gone, but the weight of what I had uncovered would stay with me forever. The family secrets had been revealed, and I would never look at my home, or my family, quite the same way again. And so, my friends, the story comes to an end. But remember, some secrets are better left buried. If you found this story intriguing, filled with twists and turns, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There are more mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and you won't want to miss a single one. Until next time.